Hi guys, Mr. Eggleston here. So I've just been asked to perhaps go through question 5. I've just seen a post from a child in the class about question 5 on today's maths. I'm been asked to just go through it again. So hopefully I'm going to try and film myself doing this. A bit tricky, one hand with the camera, one hand with a marker pen, but I'll give it a go. So this question was really about different ways of representing how you might split, divide a decimal number into equal pieces. And this question, the first example was 13.2 divided by 4. So the example that you were shown was if you partition 13.2 into a whole number and a decimal number that are perhaps easier to divide, then that's a starting point. So the example was if you split 13.2 into 12 and 1.2, so those two numbers together make 13.2, and now that might be slightly easier to divide by 4. So on your example it would have said divide by 4 here, and then 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 1.2 divided by 4, well 1.2 is like 12 but 10 times larger. So if we think 1.2 divided by 4 is not 3 but 0.3, which is 10 times smaller. And then all we need to do is put those two answers together. 3 plus 0.3 equals 3.3. So 13.2 divided by 4 would be 3.3. And that was the example you had in question 5. And then the 2A questions were use this method to complete the part-whole method, so partitioning 9.2 into two numbers that you could easily divide by 4, because the question was 9.2 divided by 4, and the questions were just below the pictures in the question, the partition method that you see here. So 9.2 divided by 4, we could partition into 8, which is very easy to split into 4, and that would leave 1.2. So again, we're dividing by 4. So if I write that here and here, we know that 8 divided by 4 is 2. 1.2 split into 4 equal pieces. 1.2 divided by 4 is 0.3. And again, if we recombine those answers, 2 plus 0.3 would give us the answer 2.3. So 9.2 divided by 4 equals 2.3. And you know your bus stop method, your short formal method is a way of doing this, but this was another way, just another method. And your other question was 16.5 divided by 3. So there's the question, 16.5 divided by 3. So I have 16.5, and I'm going to partition that into a whole number and a decimal, numbers that might be easier to divide by 3. So I'm thinking 15, and that would leave 1.5, because those two numbers together make 16.5. And this question was divide by 3, so I'll divide 15 by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 1.5 divided by 3, so split into 3 equal pieces, would be 0.5. Recombine those together. 5 plus 0.5 equals 5.5. And just finally, here's one of my own. 25.2 divided by 4. So I'm thinking if I can partition those into a whole number and a decimal, numbers that I can divide by 4 may be a bit easier. So I'm thinking 24 is very close to 25.2, and 1.2. We're dividing those by 4. So if I put divide by 4 here and divide by 4 here, 24 divided by 4, 6. 1.2 divided by 4, 0.3. If I recombine those two, 6 plus 0.3 is 6.3. And that is how you would have had a go at answering question 5 today using that partition method. Okay, great stuff. Thank you for asking for that little explanation. Quite happy to do those as soon as I can and post them on Seesaw. Great job, guys. Look after yourselves. Bye.